Hi, this is MIcornus Phokane, the leader and the founder of Church Governance Solutions. Today, I want to speak about what to do or what to look for when you're choosing a location for your church. We are speaking to people that are opening churches for the first time, and you would love to place your church somewhere. You would love to locate it somewhere or to decide to a place where you want your church to be. Now, the first thing that we want to look at today is for you to study the community, and you look at the community if they are the target group for your vision. Now, the first thing that you look at is your vision itself and analyze it. Is it suited for people that are staying in a suburb? Is it suited for people that are staying in a city or inside the town, small towns, or you're looking at a village, for instance, or a township suited a community as well. So it might be that you need to really scrutinize at your vision and align it to a certain target group, align it to a certain community that you want to minister to. Now, there are those visions that are suited basically for the middle class, for instance. If your vision is actually suited for those, you target those type of people and make sure that you place your church or you locate it in a place where those kind of people are staying. And you must understand that even in the biblical times, people used to be called for people. You're not called particularly for a place, rather, but you're called for people. So, therefore, you're going to look at the target group that your ministry is called for, at the vision, at the target group that your vision is called for. And based on that, and you're going to identify where are those people located. You're not going just to walk around and look for an empty space somewhere. You're going to identify a place based on the people that are staying there, because those type of people, they're the one who are suited for your vision. You're not just going to then put up in a space that may actually be mistargeted, because you might actually be targeting wrong people that may not actually be suited for your vision. And that's the reason why it is very important for you to study the community, know the people. And sometimes studying the community, we're looking at the culture of that community. Is that which you're bringing, or the vision that you're bringing to them, is it suited to that culture of people? Is it suited to the traditions of the people within that community? Is it something that is going to be fitted there? Because otherwise, you're going to place your ministry in a wrong place, and you start not having people that are attending or really affiliating to your ministry purely because you have actually been at the wrong target, or you're at the wrong space where people are. So it's very important then that you study the community. Now, secondly, it is very important that you ensure that the location is easily accessible. Because also it doesn't help that you are in the right community, but that community, maybe they need to be using transport. That community need to be crossing bridges to your church or to your ministry, and there's no bridge to cross there. There's no transport to reach there. And also, maybe also your church is actually in a place that is far away from the people. It's not accessible enough. And that's very important that that location, as you choose it, it must be that is accessible to the people. It is at the proximity where people can reach there easily and seamlessly. It must be in a place where people can actually catch transport and reach the place easily as well. Because when you put up a place, a church at a place where people cannot access, it's not that those people are not suited for your community, for your church, but it is just because they cannot access your space. If they cannot access the place, purely you're going to have lower numbers or else you're not going to impact the community there at all. So therefore, it is very important that you look at how accessible the place is. Look at the transport logistics, look at reachability, maybe even on foot, and all those type of things. You look at that. How far are you from the community? How far are you from the houses where people are staying? How far are you from the residential area of the people that you are targeting? It's very important that you are at a place where they can easily access your church and be able to come to your ministry. And this is very important that we emphasize that. Because without access, you are not going to see the ministry growing. You're not going to see people coming, because people should be able to access the place. In order for them to come and attend, we must actually see that access impediments are removed and people can access your place very, very easily. That's very important. You need to also make sure to occupy the location legally. Because another thing that we have seen with ministers is they would actually get an empty land without actually finding out who it belongs to, without even going through the logistics of applying for the space that you want to put your church in. Then you claim that land, you put up your structure there, and it is not legally occupied. And when it's not legally occupied, remember, you're faced with a problem of eviction and possible eviction. And sometimes it will be after you spent a lot of money building maybe a structure in a place where you're not legally occupying. And as a result, when they evict you from there, you would have lost all the monies that you've invested there. And the second thing is that if you are evicted in a place, you might actually become stranded while you've got members already. And it might be problematic then to locate those people to another place. And as a result, the whole ministry is actually retracted back because you are not actually having a space where people can gather. So it's very important that whatever a location that you identify, you go through the processes of occupying that space legally. And that's the advice that we give you, because you need to really find out, does the land belong to an individual? Does the land belong to the government, to the municipality? Is it a land that I need to apply for? Is it a land that I need to go through certain processes for me to occupy it? And please be ready and patient to go through those processes so that you may be able to occupy that land actually, legally. Because when you occupy it legally, then you are safe with your people there. You need to also study the demographics of the community to decide on the medium of instruction as well. Because here you are going to need to look at the language of the people. You need to go to look at the mixture of the people that are there. What common language are they speaking? What languages are there as common as well? Because you might actually start to need to look at addressing the people in a certain common language, or rather use interpretations or translations as well as you targeting this group of people. And this is very important. And when you don't know the demographics of the place, demographics of that particular community, you're going to find it difficult actually to align your language of communication or common language that can address your people with. And therefore, you're not going to be able to communicate with people without knowing their language. You're not going to communicate properly with people that cannot hear your language. And we have seen it commonly whereby people will come to a village that is speaking a certain vernacular language, and they preach in English. And that community may not even understand English at all. And worse off, you're not even using interpretations, therefore, to interpret to the people. Then you're missing the group. You're missing the people. And your location may be right, but you're missing the people because you just purely didn't take time to study the demographics of the people and the community there so that you can be able to address them appropriately. People are communicated to through a common language, and that common language must be established in advance so that you may be able to address the people with that common language without fail. And that we want to emphasize as church governance solutions. Remember, here we are restoring godly order in the house of the orderly God, and we are doing this through kingdom principles, of course. And that's the reason why we want to emphasize that you learn these principles, you use them, and you make sure that you apply them how on how to place your place or to identify a place where you're going to be running your church. And this is very, very important that it is very important that we emphasize that for you. Because when you didn't study the demographics, we have seen several times whereby people just actually rely on a certain communication language, and that is missing the people. And that particular communication language, you find that it is a language that the people cannot understand. And we are actually emphasizing that as church governance solutions. So please make sure that you study the demographics of the people so that you can address them with a certain medium of communication language. Identify other churches around in order to position your vision appropriately. because there might be churches already that are there, and they might be actually running in a particular way. So how do you then articulate your vision is very important, because you're going to need to align your vision in a way that is different from others, but in a way that is unique for your own vision, so that you don't duplicate what is already there. And I'm always advising pastors about this, that please be unique, be a person who target a niche market of people. Do things in a way that is not duplicated in the community. So you can't just come to a community and do like others are doing, because as you do that, what's the difference? Well, why do you think that people should choose you amongst everyone else? So this is very important, that your vision becomes appealing to the people of that community. But that is done by being able to study the communities there and the churches that are already there. How do they operate? What is actually their method of instructions? What is the method of running of their churches? So that is very important for you to start reflecting on how then do you present yours, so that it becomes very, very important and you become appropriate to the community there that you're dealing with. So locate your church in a place away from other disturbances like nightclubs, like shebeens, like taxi ranks and so on. So locate it in a place where, as much as we said, it must be accessible, but it must be appealing as well. Because when you are going to put a church next to a shebeen, it is going to put off many people that would love to come there, because it would also look very unsafe. And there are people that would love to come to a church driving cars. And is it appealing for them to really park cars next to a shebeen? Park cars next to an alcohol place. So those are type of things that you look at and say, but is this place convenient for church services? Is this place appealing for the members that will come and park their cars and be part of this church? Will it be appealing for them? And that's very important. And those are the things that I thought I should actually bring them about for you to learn as you put up a church. And some of you, is the beginning of the year right now, you might be actually putting up a church and looking for a location. This, I hope, will help you. I am MIcornus Phokane, the leader and the founder of Church Governance Solutions. Remember, we are restoring godly order in the house of the orderly God. Before I check out today, I want to remind you of our social media platform. Our Facebook page is Church Governance Solutions. And of course, my personal Facebook page, MIcornus Phokane as well. Like those pages, click notification buttons on them. And remember, YouTube channel as well, and Young Men Empowerment Forum. That's our YouTube channel. So please, subscribe to the YouTube channel, click notification button there. We have got also a platform of TikTok whereby we post in this type of material, and I hope that helps you as well. It's under MIcornus Phokane. So please follow us on that particular platform. And we have recently just posted some clips on Instagram as well. So please follow us on these platforms. And we believe that you're learning out of this as well. Go further to share these platforms with your loved ones, and the good Lord will bless you as you do that. Allow me to check out until we meet again with another topic. May the good Lord bless you, and cheers for now.